When the 2001 Jeep Wrangler came out, it was kind of in a market of its own. The Ford Bronco was no longer being built. The Chevrolet Blazer was no longer being built. Everything that you can take the roof off was no longer being built until today it is. But this was kind of one of a kind in 2001. You can take the roof off, have a good time, take it to the beach, or take it hunting, which is what the owner of this one does. Under the hood of the 2001 Jeep Wrangler is a 4-liter inline 6-cylinder that produces 190 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque, mated to either a 5-speed manual, which is what this has, or a 4-speed automatic. And to close the hood, it's very hot out, so we're going to try and show you anyway. Clip that in there. And then you have latches right here. Yeah, you have to kind of catch this in and then do it on the other side. There's no interior release. So this is how you service your Jeep Wrangler. You can take the roof off. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I don't think the owner would approve of that. But the roof does come off. Wheelbase is not very long, so it wobbles a lot on the freeway. As we come around to the back here, the owner put this aftermarket spare tire holder. Not very many things in this vehicle are stock, he tells me. Just an off-road tire on the back for the spare. As we come around to the other side, it looks pretty much the same. He does have these aftermarket rock rails so that if you get high centered, it doesn't scratch anything underneath. It'll just rest right on that. It's really nice to see the kind of work that he put into this. Up front, he has a nice worn winch to get out of those off-road situations. All right, inside the Jeep Wrangler, I have to note, it doesn't have many miles on it for a 2001, only 107,000 miles, just under 108. And everything is really tight in here. Here's my camera guy's shoulder there. It's all the way up against the door. But it really helps in off-road situations, which is what the owner uses it for. It has manually crank windows. I sure don't miss the days of these. It's a pretty standard door. Not a lot of technology on it, for sure. Steering wheel, we have a 2-spoke steering wheel. You do have cruise control in this vehicle. That's how you set it. The owner put an aftermarket radio system in it. Not a lot is stock in this. I'll just reiterate that again. Even the transmission, it's not stock either, he tells me. He says he put a really beefed up transmission in this. And you can really feel that as you drive it, which I'll show you in a minute. Here's all your standard air conditioning controls. Nothing particularly interesting. As you come up here to the roof, he wired in his own controls for the auxiliary switches. You can do that as well. This is not an easy process. I'm not sure this video is really fair to most 2001 Wranglers because he has a lot of added amenities in this. As we go around to the back, he has some seat covers on this. It's very tight back here. There's no door. This is where the roof would come off, so if you're sitting in the back, it would be totally open. And he put some aftermarket speakers in this. Again, really nice to see what he's done with this Jeep. You have to have the transmission in neutral, and then you pull up on this lever to go into 2 high, 4 high, neutral, or 4 low. Neutral is just for the transfer case. And then over here, this is your handbrake. Then down here, this is how you turn the passenger airbag off. Right now it's on, so my cameraman is safe. But you put the key in there, twist it to off, and then your passenger no longer has airbag privileges. And then in case you're wondering what it looks like, it's right there. Now we begin the driving portion of the 2001 Wrangler. First thing you'll notice, taking it over some bumps here, it's pretty bumpy, but I think you like that if you buy something like this. And the off-road capability, I'm not going to test it today, but I imagine it's absolutely unreal. The amount of clearance it has, and the tires, and just the 4-wheel drive with 2 locking differentials, I bet it's just unreal. But anyway, just driving around here, first thing I notice, the handling is absolutely atrocious. Like, if you look at the steering wheel, I feel like I'm going straight, I can push it like, I don't know, 2 inches in each direction before it does anything. And then being such a short wheelbase, it doesn't handle well at all. But that's not the point of this vehicle. It's actually really fun to drive. It's tremendously slow. I mean, tremendously slow. It's so fun to drive just because it feels like you're driving. It's not like today's modern cars where you're more just riding and telling it where to go. You have a 5-speed manual, which feels amazing, by the way. He has an aftermarket transmission in this. It almost feels like an actual race car. I gotta be honest. I hate to say it because it's a Jeep, but it's actually like really good. I'll even show you a little bit. I mean, you can't feel it, but the way that it clicks into gear is amazing. I imagine the stock Wrangler is not like that, but the way it is here is great. So, just to get on the gas a little bit, it's extremely loud, and flooring it right now. I'm not going to rev it up to red line because the owner takes really good care of it, but it is not fast at all. Like, at all. There's nothing about this that's fast except for the rollover rate. If you were to tip over. And here I'm going on my usual test drive route for these cars, and this is kind of the part here where we hit the turning section, and you can feel the back wheel. I'm not going very fast to where it's an issue, but it feels like the back wheel on the inside of the turn is starting to lift up. I'm going to do it again in the other way, and you really feel that. But it helps with off-road, which is why you would buy this, not to take on a racetrack, I hope. Now we're going to head back up the hill that we just went down. It's so fun to shift this. Like, it's not fast, but it's so engaging. You can feel everything. It's just not like modern cars. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can get up in 4th gear going around 40 miles an hour. So far it's doing it. We're at 2,000 RPM. There's going to be a big incline part, which you'll see right up here where they're going. It doesn't really show up well on camera, but let's see. So we're going 40, 4th gear, and yeah, I have to downshift. Let's see. Yeah, so not enough power to make it up that hill, but I had to go into 2nd, and we were only going 40. It's just fun because it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, this is so fun. It's not fast. It's not thrilling in any way other than you're just in control of everything that you do. Everything that you touch, it's manual. You're doing it. You're not pushing a button for anything. And there's just something about that that's just really enjoyable. I really love this. All right, getting onto the freeway here. Not fast at all, once again. We're not even going 50 miles an hour, and this thing is so loud. I don't even know if you can hear me. I may have to voice over this. Like, this is the first time I've used this microphone because my old one sucked so badly. Let's see. See if I can get it up to the speed limit. All right, there's the speed limit. I wouldn't want to go any faster because it already feels like, oh, the way it rolls. This isn't really the safest vehicle out there, but it sure is fun. It's just so fun to drive. And it's just terrifying. Let's see. Oh, man. You know, it feels like we're only going 70, which is a little bit above the speed limit. And it feels like we're going 102. Like, I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm like yelling because it's so loud in here. The road noise, there's no insulation anywhere, but it's enjoyable. I can see why people buy these. It's just so fun. As long as you don't have to move out of the way of someone quickly, it's fine. It's just not very safe. Like I'll try a little bit of a quick lane change here. I mean, it's manageable. You could move out of the way of something if you needed to, but it's it's really fun. It's really cool. So anyway, really, really, really cool. I love this. I don't know if it's fair to all the 01 Wranglers because this is a lot nicer than just about every other one, and it's not even stock. It's really awesome. So this concludes the review on the 01 Jeep Wrangler 2-door. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed it, and you'll see me in the next one. So under the hood of the 2001 Jeep Wrangler is a, wait, how